Imagine you are plummeting inside a metal tube, spinning out of control. In a moment of sheer panic, you grab a parachute stored under your seat. You might believe this backpack is the only thing standing between you and death. But the truth is, jumping out would kill you faster than staying in the crash. Why do airlines refuse to provide parachutes despite having life vests for every single passenger? To answer this, we must analyze the physics of the environment at 35,000 feet. Commercial jets cruise in the stratosphere, far higher than Mount Everest's summit, creating a lethal trap. At this altitude, the partial pressure of oxygen is insufficient to sustain human life functions. You have roughly 15 seconds of useful consciousness before hypoxia causes euphoria and shuts down your brain. Surviving a jump from here requires a full-face helmet and independent oxygen tanks, which you do not have. Furthermore, the ambient temperature is minus 60 degrees, instantly freezing exposed skin and damaging your eyes. But the temperature is irrelevant because the sheer velocity of the aircraft is the real killer. Hitting stationary air at 600 miles per hour creates a shock wave similar to hitting concrete. Military pilots survive this only because of ejection seats and G-suits designed to prevent broken bones. Even with a pressure suit, you face an insurmountable engineering challenge: opening the door. Aircraft utilize plug doors that seal tighter as internal cabin pressure increases during flight. The pressure differential creates tons of force per square inch, making it physically impossible to open. Forcing a door open at altitude could cause explosive decompression, tearing the entire aircraft apart structurally. If you somehow survived the decompression, the slipstream would likely smash your body against the fuselage. Most exits are positioned directly ahead of the engines, turning them into massive vacuum cleaners. Even avoiding the engines, the airflow would throw you directly into the horizontal stabilizers at the tail. The only safe exit is a rear ramp, famously used by D.B. Cooper in his heist. However, modern jets are designed with Cooper vanes to prevent exactly this kind of mid-air exit. Now imagine the logistical catastrophe of 200 untrained passengers trying to gear up. Paratroopers use static lines to open chutes automatically, but commercial planes have nowhere to attach them. Skydiving requires hours of ground training to simply learn how to strap the harness correctly. In a spinning plane, panic would ensue, and long suspension lines would tangle instantly in the aisles. Without strict intervals, jumpers would collide in midair, intertwining their chutes and plummeting to Earth. An orderly evacuation would take roughly 20 minutes, while the plane hits the ground in 3. Economically, carrying heavy parachutes for every seat would add 4 tons of dead weight. The additional fuel required to carry this weight would cost the global aviation industry billions annually. Airlines would be forced to reduce passenger capacity or double ticket prices to cover fuel costs. Crucially, statistics prove that parachutes are useless during 95% of accidents. Most crashes happen during takeoff and landing, where altitude is too low for deployment. While small planes can use ballistic parachutes for the whole fuselage, airliners are simply too heavy. If you jump below 1,000 feet, the canopy will not inflate in time to save you. The airplane fuselage is actually your best safety device, designed to glide and absorb impact. Modern cabins are engineered with crumple zones to protect passengers during a controlled emergency landing. Pilots are trained to land disabled aircraft, turning a potential tragedy into a survivable event. So, keep your seatbelt fastened. It is statistically thousands of times more effective than a chute. Would you still feel safer with a parachute under your seat? Tell us below. Hit the like button if you learned something new, and subscribe for more aviation secrets.